We are preparing to live stream, not yet. So I should have the spotlight to... Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lochac. Oh, no, we are live. Sorry. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lochac Bardic Showcase. I'm sorry, why this is echoing back at me. Okay, we have our first performer, Declan of Drohia.
Greetings, my lords and ladies, good gentles all. My name is the Honourable Lord Declan O'Droida, and this evening I will sing for you Come Again by John Dowland. Come again, sweet love doth now invite thy graces that refrain to do me due delight. To see, to hear, to touch, to kiss, to die with thee again in sweetest sympathy. To see, to hear, to touch, to kiss, to die with thee again in sweetest sympathy. Come again, that I may cease to mourn through thy unkind disdain, for now left and forlorn. I sit, I sigh, I weep, I faint, I die in deadly pain and endless misery. I sit, I sigh, I weep, I faint, I die in deadly pain and endless misery. Gentle love, draw forth thy wounding dart, thou canst not pierce her heart, for I that do approve. By sighs and tears more hot than are thy shafts, did tempt while she for triumph laughs. By sighs and tears more hot than are thy shafts, did tempt while she for triumph laughs. Thank you.
Thank you, Declan. And now we have Duarte de la Guitarra.
Hello, I'm Duarte de la Guitarra. I'll be performing Lochac, potentially by Dowland, potentially by other people. I can't find the source yet. It's even dubiously period. So let's go. Thank you.
And thank you, Duarte. And now we have the talents of Gwendolyn the Graceful. which is coming while we get that going, what do we have? Master Daffod. Get
Hello, everybody. David of the Glens here. This is a 14th century song.
up that.
It's about from the 100 Years' War, translated from Middle Welsh by Heavy Machinery. I just need to find my harper. He's a demon, but he's very polite. Reese, come by here. We need you. Daffodil soldier, dressed up in green and white, fighting for the English, marching through Normandy, setting north from the slate mines at Blaenau Festiniog, fighting for the Black Prince, shooting with the longbow. He knows his country's conquered, castles ring the rolling hills where he was born. He knows why he's a daffodil soldier. He's a daffodil soldier, dressed up in green and white, trusted by the English, winning all their battles. Said he knows why he's fighting. The English, they need him, fighting for King Edward, shooting with the longbow. He knows his country's conquered, and castles ring the rolling hills where he was born. He knows why he's a daffodil soldier. He's a daffodil soldier in the green fields of Normandy, singing Yaketa, 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 daffodil soldier, marching through the mud. Sometimes you want to run when you smell the blood. Make sure it isn't yours. Cambri ambith, daffodil soldier, in the green fields of Normandy. Daffodil soldier, in the green fields of Normandy. Cambri ambith. Now, you will be hearing from other people round about here that reggae was invented in Hampshire by bored cricketers waiting for the rain to stop. But remember, the Welsh had it first.
Thank you, Master Daffod. And now we have You'll need to share the sound. Up top.
Is it working?
Oops. Oh. Oh.
But Cliff said yes. Now, in those days in Wales, a marriage was not a church ceremony, but a feast and a wedding night. And so, a year from that day, see the hall filled with bounteous food, and there at the high table, Cliff, with Rhiannon by his side. And see a stranger arrive, and approach the high table, and say to Cliff, Lord, I beg a boon of thee on thy wedding day. Cliff, overflowing with happiness, said, anything, which everyone knows is a very foolish thing to promise. I have never in my life made such a fool as you, said Rhiannon. That is the wall to whom I was engaged. And I ask for the hand of Rhiannon, said Paul. And we're not married yet, so Cliff could give it. And he had given his word, so he must give it.
We'll do the other one.
And hearted and sad, he did give it. Well, Cliff had lost Rhiannon. But it was she who had liked him in the first place, and she was not inclined to give him up so easily as that. Rhiannon was a clever woman and wise, but with no small mastery of magic. She planned a plan and told the Cliff, and this is what happened next. A year from that day, see the hall as before, filled with noble guests and bounteous food, and there at the high table, a wall with Rhiannon by his side. And see a stranger arrive, no nobleman this time, but a shabby beggar, and see him approach the high table and say to Paul, Lord, I beg a boon of thee on thy wedding day. And Paul, not once to be caught by his own tricks, said, what is it you want? Merely to have this bag filled with food, Lord, said Cliff, but Cliff the beggar was. It was a small enough thing, and easy enough to grant. So Paul said yes. But plate after plate of food went into the bag, and still it grew no fuller, until at last Paul cried out in frustration, how may this bag be filled? It is a magic bag, which is true, for Rhiannon had made it. And it has a special property that it may never be filled unless a great and noble warrior treads down upon what's inside it and declares, this bag is full. Surely you are such a one, said Rhiannon. Paul was something of a prideful man and not immune to flattery, so he agreed to try. But no sooner did he step into the bag, no sooner did he begin to say, this bag is Then Chris caught up the sides of the bag about him and tied it shut with wool inside and called to his men who were outside the hall. And Chris' men came in and overtook Wall's men and kicked Wall about in the bag until he cried out for mercy. And as the price of that mercy, Chris asked for the hand of Rhiannon. And, on her advice, Walls promised that no revenge would be taken for what he'd done that day. And he got that. And he married Rhiannon, and if they did not live happily ever after, they did at least live sensibly, which is quite good enough.
And thank you for that. And next we have the talents of Declan again.
Greetings again, my lords and ladies. To lighten the evening a little bit for a short time, I shall sing to you a filk by Baron Karl Faustus von Aachen, and it is called The Last Lokarkian Herald. Well, I used to be a newbie, had a lot to fill my days, a cooking and calligraphy and archery displays. But one September morning, as I sat amid the crowd, a double peer espied me, and she told me, "Gosh, you're loud." A voice I'd been blessed with was a useful tool. To let it stay unutilized, I'd surely be a fool. I ought to see if anyone could fit me to a role. Confucius say no man can dig himself out of a hole. And then I thought, who gives a damn if there are tender ears around? I'm gonna be a herald and make loud, obnoxious sounds. 'Cause it's an oy-yay, oy-vey, mispronounce a name, lose your registration and never take the blame. And it's a no-hey, no-way, everyone look out when you see the golden trumpet and you hear the mighty shout, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta-dum. Well, I learned the way to run a court and let my voice be heard. Occasionally the king would talk, but really that's absurd. The heralds are a royal voice that eyes are shining on to. When kings are gone in half a year, so we do what we want to. A super duke politely tried to register a name. We gave him books in Greek and Dutch and said, display the game. Fill out your forms in triplicate, be sure it's fully checked. It shouldn't take us more than half a decade to reject. 'Cause it's an oy-yay, oy-vey, mispronounce a name, lose your registration and never take the blame. And it's a no-hey, no-way, everyone look out when you see the golden trumpet and you hear the mighty shout, rap-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, rap-ta-ta-ta-dum. Well, blazon is our language, it's a form of mangled French. You'd think it was invented to impress a comely wench. But listen up, I'll tell you all the reason why it's used. It's 'cause it makes it easier to keep you all confused. Our herald staff at Tabagrin and nerds for company. We sit around inventing rules to thwart the royalty. Your favourite charge is disallowed by Laurel's Queen Decree. If you want to get your coat of arms, you gotta get by me. 'Cause it's an oy-yay, oy-vey, mispronounce a name, lose your registration and never take the blame. And it's a no-hey, no-way, everyone look out when you see the golden trumpet and you hear the mighty shout, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta-dum. Well, the herald's life's appealing, but it's also pretty hard. You have to watch for fights and write the winner on a card. And when you call a Gaelic name to combat ball around, you need to gargle gravel first to get the proper sound. Now, first remove is coming, there are servers I should call. I stand up straight and pompous at the far end of the hall. I'm trained in voice projection and better to be heard. And so you'll now all flabbergasted every word. 'Cause it's an oy-yay, 'cause oy-yay, oy-vey, mispronounce a name, lose your registration and never take the blame. And it's a no-hey, no-way, everyone look out when you see the golden trumpet and you hear the mighty shout. When you see the golden trumpet and you hear the mighty shout. In 5 minutes.
Thank you, Declan. And Now we will have Ariane.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, just unmuted myself, I think. Hello, everyone. Lords and ladies, my name is Ariane of Shadowvale, and I'm from Stormhold. And as you can see, I play a rather large harp. I'm going to attempt Madara's Fantasia in the manner of Ludovico, and this could be highly amusing. It could be a train wreck, or it might not be. Who knows? Anyway, here goes. Sorry, I mucked up the ending, but that's about as good as I'm going to get right now. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Ariane.
Yeah. I knew it would either be a train wreck or not, but anyway, that's as good as I get for today.
Oh, thank you anyway. I thought it was lovely.
Thank you.
And next we have Yokon Schwab.
Unsere liebe Frau. Landsnicht marching song that can be documented back to the 16th century. So, take it away, leader, with a bit of a beat. Unsere liebe Frauen von kalten Brunnen, bescher uns armen Lands nicht deine warmen Sonnen. Lass uns nicht erfrieren, wohl in des Wertes Haus, ziehen wir mit vollen Segeln und leeren wieder aus. Die Drum, la 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 la, really run, frisch voran, ganz nicht voran. Komme steht Parade, den Seidenfahnen wehen. Jetzt heißt auf Glockengnabe ins Feld spazieren gehen. Das Korn reift auf den Feldern, schnappt der Hecht den Sprung. Hei, Weiß geht der Wind von Erde, hör auf den Berg auf zu. Die Drum, la, I really run, frisch voran, Landslicht voran. Wir schlucken Staub beim Wandern, der Säckel hängt uns hoch. Der Kaiser schluckt ganz Flandern, bekommt's ihm ewig wohl. Der denkt beim Länderschmause, die Erde, der wird ihr Wohl. Mir wohnt ein Lied zu Hause, das weinte, wenn ich stur. Die Drum, la man, I really run, frisch voran. Landslicht voran. There we go. Thank you very much all.
And thank you, Yokon. And next we have Katherine Woodwell.
Greetings, my lords and ladies. I am Lady Katherine Woodwell, and I will be performing Black Neg from 3rd edition Playford on my harp queen song. Thank you.
And thank you, Katherine. And I believe our last video is Gwendolyn the Graceful.
Greetings, I am Gwendolyn the Graceful, Braheris OL, and this is my version of Tan Lin. The moon rose yellow and bright that night, a night nay ne'er could forget. In miles cross woodland out of man's sight, long after the red sun had set, the oak and the ash and the thorn stood at hand. A light on the hillside it shone, as a host of the fairy rode on to the land, to hunt neath the moon till the dawn. Long years before on the road by, 'twas there a young man met a queen, with silver bells on her dapple way, and clothed all in raiment of green. No sight in his eyes save her beauty so rare, no wish in his heart but to serve, no thought in his mind for the maid young and fair, who'd sworn her love never would swerve. She swore her love never would swerve. Fair one, come be my man, the queen said, and stand ever by my side. He's kissed her lips, saw the cherry red, and off like the wind they did ride, through forest and field to a wide river bed, with blood flowing over its stones, through a canyon all paved with the souls of the dead, and the horses' hooves crunched on the bones. The horses' hooves crunched on the bones. The youth dwelt under the fairy hill, while outside the years swiftly flew. He's ate their meat and he's learned their skill, and elfin-like them he soon grew. While back in his homeland that lass could not say just wherefore her love ne'er returned, and what came of each other from that to this day, nor she nor he ever has learned. But the tithe came each 7th year, when the devil collected 12 of their best, and the queen hid her knight for fear that the fiend would select him of all the rest. So one year under moon yellow bright, when hunting the fairy did range, it came to pass that an earthly knight rode out with that company strange, and quarry he met there more sporting than game, the fairest doe in all the wood, from Carterhaugh Castle, sweet Janet by name, and love struck him there where he stood. True love struck him there where he stood. Where do we gang and whence do we bide? He asked of the beauteous maid. What do we hear on midsummer's tide, when safe at home ye won't be laid? My father is laid over Carterhaugh, ye are no one of his men, but give me safe passage, and I'll never speak, nor tell him of thee and thy friends. I'm not telling of thee and thy friends. I know thy face as I know thy name. My Nan told me when I was young, how long she cried for her handsome swain, one name knew where he had gone. She waited a year and a month and a day, forsaking the aid of her kin. She swore that the fair folk had stolen him away, by book and rood thou art Tamlin. By Christ's blood I hide thee, Tamlin. He stroked her cheeks all rosy sheen, and kissed her thrice times 3. And she has kilted her kirtle green a little below the knee. And all of that summer through nights long and wild, the lovers met by the old well, till the night Janet came to him heavy with child, and his secret to her he did tell. Oh, the tithe comes each 7th year, and the queen hates me now that her love I spurn. Hallows Eve shall be my last, I fear, sure she'll send me to hell for aye to burn. Ye mun no leave me, sweet Janet said, Tamlin, 'tis your son I bear. These nights I've loved thee and shared thy bed, oh Carter, I would forswear, if it meant I could keep thee and bring thee safe back, I'd walk all the night and the day. I would break every bond and hell's gates I would crack. Speak love, for there will be a way. Oh, win me well thou might, at Miles Cross outside the town. There wait for the stallion of purest white, that follows the black and the brown. Ye mun pull down the rider and hold to him fast, no matter what he may become. When my form and face change to myself, then at last I'll be free to follow thee home. But first she'll turn me in mine arms to adder and lion and bear. Then to a brand, but fearing no harm, and throw me into the well there. When naked I lie and as meek as can be, then cover me out of men's sight. Wrap me up in thy mantle, and then we will see. Once more I'll be an earthly knight. Ah, oh love, to be an earthly knight. And she has kilted her kirtle green, a little aboon the knee. And she's hid from the fairy and all their queen behind the stout rowan tree. The oak and the ash and the thorn stood at hand as the column rode under the moon. Janet waited and watched for the knights in that band, praying he'd come to her soon. For the tithe came that 7th year, when on Samhain the devil did ope his gate, and her bairn kicked and felt her fear. Then he rode slowly to his fate. brown came first, and next came the black, and last came the stallion of snow. But quick she ran to that high steed's back, and recalled what he begged her to do. Oh, Jenny, sweet Jenny, come save your poor knight. Don't let me descend to the beast. Pull me down from my steed, hold with all of your might, till my transformations have ceased. Till my transformations have ceased. Sometime a hare, and sometime a hound, sometime a snake he became. Sometime hot iron, but she held him bound, till he turned to a brand all aflame. Then she ducked him in well and threw out her prize, as naked and weak as a lamb. With her mantle she covered him from others' eyes. Said the queen, take him then and be damned, for the tide comes 7th year and Sam. So think well, for what I lost here I shall soon revenge, as in time I can. So when the moon rises yellow bright, all ye who round Carter are might. Take care, for if it is Hallow's night, 'tis certain the fairy folk ride. The oak and the ash and the thorn silent stand. No beast ventures out on that day, and Janet keeps husband and son close to hand, for fear of the fiend and the fae. For fear of the fiend and the fae. Thank you.
And while we wait for the last video to come, which is Gwen vs. Davids, because due to technical difficulties we couldn't play the whole thing, I would just like to thank all our performers tonight, and thank them for coming, and thank you for watching. And if you would like to come and join us, then feel free to come on Tuesday nights from 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time to Discord for the Bardic Circle we have, and we have a lot of fun, and I hope to see some people here tonight there. Okay, and next we have Gwen vs. David's story.
Here is the story of the marriage of Chris and Fiona. Chris Pandemic Vivid was lord over the 7 conclaves of Vivid, which are like counties, but in Wales. His name meant sense, but he was not always a sensible man. So when he heard tell of a hill had this special property that anyone that sat upon it was sure to see a wonder or go mad, he declared that he would love to see a wonder, and betook himself and his court to the hill. This is what they saw. A beautiful lady on a fine horse came from nowhere after her, on foot and on horseback, but no matter how fast they went, they could not catch up to her, as she never sped her pace. At last, Quick himself rode after her, on the fastest horse that could be found, but though he rode until his horse was nearly found, he could not catch up to her, though she never sped her pace. At last he cried out to her, "Lady, for the sake of he who you love best, stop!" And stop she did. "It were better for your horse if you had asked earlier," she said, "for it is you that I love best in all the world, and I am betrothed to a man that I love, and if you are willing, I would far rather marry you." Now what's the man says no to an offer like that? For a beautiful, noble woman with a fine horse that cannot be caught unless she wishes it, who came from nowhere and declares she loves him though they've never met before. Perhaps a sensible man says no to an offer like that. But Cliff said yes. Now, in those days in Wales, a marriage was not a church ceremony, but a feast and a wedding night. And so a year from that day, see the hall filled with noble guests and bounteous food, and there at the high table, Quiff, with Rhiannon by his side. And see a stranger arrive, and approach the high table, and say to Quiff, "Lord, I beg a boon of thee on thy wedding day." And Quiff, overflowing with happiness, said, "Anything," which everyone knows is a very foolish promise. "I have never in my life made such a fool as you," said Rhiannon. "That is Wall, to whom I was engaged." "And I ask for the hand of Rhiannon," said Wall. They were not married yet, so Quiff could give it. And he had given his word, so he must give it. And so, heavy-hearted and sad, he did give it. Well, Quiff had lost Rhiannon. But it was she who had won him in the first place, and she was not inclined to give him up so easily as that. Rhiannon was a clever woman and wise, and with no small mastery of magic, so she planned a plan and told it to Quiff, and this is what happened next. A year from that day, see the hall as before, filled with noble guests and bounteous food, and there at the table, Wall with Rhiannon by his side. And see a stranger arrive, no nobleman this time, but a shabby beggar, and see him approach the high table and say to Wall, "Lord, I beg a boon of thee on thy wedding day." And Wall, not one to be caught by his own tricks, said, "What is it you want?" "Merely to have this bag filled with food, Lord," said Quiff, for Quiff the beggar was. It was a small enough thing, and easy enough to grant, so Wall said yes. But plate after plate of food went into the bag, and still it grew no fuller, until at last Wall cried out in frustration, "How may this bag be filled?" "It is a magic bag," said Quiff, which is true, for Rhiannon had made it. "And it has a special property that it may never be filled unless a great and noble warrior treads down upon what is inside it and declares, 'This bag is full.'" "Surely you are such a one," said Rhiannon. Wall was something of a prideful man and not immune to flattery, so he agreed to try. But no sooner did he step into the bag, no sooner did he begin to say, "This bag is," than Quiff caught up the sides of the bag about him and tied it shut with Wall inside and called to his men who were outside the hall. And Quiff's men came in and overtook Wall's men and kicked Wall about in the bag until he cried out for mercy. And as the price of that mercy, Quiff asked for the hand of Rhiannon. And, on her advice, Wall's promised that no revenge would be taken for what had been done that day. And he got that. And he married Rhiannon, and if they did not live happily ever after, they did at least live sensibly, which is quite good enough.
Okay, I just want to thank again our performers. Thank you for your wonderful talents and being able to show them. And I hope you will join us on Tuesday nights for Lochac Bardic Circle. And I would also like to thank at this stage Lady Madeline, who has been working behind the scenes in putting all these videos up. So thank you very much. And thank you.